2 teacups and I got that drink. What's up, my dudes? We're back at it again, boys. We got some MX versus ATV, a live rut tester. This is the first national track in the game. It's 45 palms, dog. So, oh my God, the screen shake. Okay. We're playing this on an Xbox 360, by the way. We're taking her way back right now. Ho, 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 big dog. So, yeah, I know a lot of you guys enjoyed that last live rut tester video that I did. Seemed to do really good on YouTube compared to a bunch of my other videos. So, we're definitely going to try to continue this trend here a little bit. I don't see a whole lot of people doing a live type gameplay on YouTube, right? Or live videos in general. You just don't see a whole lot of that anymore. You still see quite a few people covering Reflex because obviously all the PC Reflex custom track content, shit like that. But, you know, with Alive not being on, is Alive on PC? I don't even know. But you certainly don't see a lot of people really playing that on YouTube nowadays. But this track right here in particular, I thought this one would be pretty interesting because it's like one of the first easiest, you could say, motocross tracks that you get on in the game. It's one of that, like, you know, lowest tier, beginner tier tropical motocross track in the game. And then obviously it steps up. You get the tropical track that's a little bit more difficult. Then you get up to like Bamboo Hills and shit like that. That's even more difficult, bigger jumps and, you know, more roughness. This is a pretty simple little motocross track right here. So this is one that I really wanted to test out the terrain deformation on just to see if it, you know, takes it from being like a really simplistic beginner motocross track to like a more, you know, a little bit more skill gappy, ruddy, deformed motocross track here. So we're going to see what she does. We got it set on 30 laps. Be sure and comment down below if you enjoy these live videos. Once I get back to live streaming, I want to do some more live streams. There we go, dog. I think that'd be a good old time. The last time I did some live streams, they were popping off, dog. People love that shit. There's still a lot of people that are really into Alive. I feel like a lot of people, this was their first motocross game they ever got into. So it's, you know, playing on that nostalgia factor big time. You see that one rut? Whoa! So that got like a little groove built before that jump there. Got like a bit of a little pocket type spot before that bigger jump there. Lots of screen shake, though. You can definitely tell when you go from playing Reflex back to this game, they certainly added a shitload of screen shake, motion blur, whatever you want to call it, when you start going faster in this game. But let's see what we got here. So, not a whole lot of ruttage going in that corner. Got ruts on the face. That is definitely, man, that is one thing that's probably one of the biggest places you notice the terrain deformation in Alive is on the jump faces in particular. Right here, you can see it right there as well. I mean, it's doing more on the damn, and I'm talking about any kind of face, not just like what you would call a jump face, but any kind of raised terrain, you know, whether it's like a roller or a single or a big tabletop jump or whatever it is, you know, or a whoop section or whatever. That's what the terrain deformation seems to show up on the most, you know, right off the bat. It does more on the jump faces than it does in the corners, which is like pretty much opposite from any other motocross game out there. You know, MX Simulator doesn't really hardly do anything on the jump faces, and it's almost all in the corners. But you see it doing just a little bit, then you get to the face of this little single right there, and it's just like tearing it up, dog. And right in here, just got it like almost totally wore down already. That's crazy how it does that back in this game. You know, it's got a little bit of a rut right there, but it works into that super wore down spot. Looks like you just, you know, went in there with a bunch of four-wheelers on the faces, right? It just kind of like wore it down a little bit right there, but let's see. So cool how it works into this shadow shaded area back here off the landing. Boy, I tell you what, I got a couple video ideas for this game right here that I think a lot of you guys are going to like. Ooh, kind of getting a nice little switchback rut going through that section. Okay. Of course, you can do some scrubbing in this game too. And I'm on a 250, by the way, just to, remind some of you guys. I just flow better on that 250, dog. I don't know what it is about this game, but that 250, something about that thing just flows for me in Alive. Alive was like one of those only dirt bike games I've ever played where it actually legitimately felt like the smaller CC bike was actually faster than the 450 or whatever the biggest CC bike was in the game. I feel like the 450s are faster in certain areas. If you get on like a really high speed type track, more like a top speed type track, I feel like they're probably a little better than a 250, but the 250s are just so damn nimble in this game in comparison that you can just maneuver them so much better and they don't get hogged down every time you land. I feel like the 450s, they've got some sort of more of a momentum killing element when you land off of a jump, because of them trying to add more of a weight filling to the 450s, and the 250s don't really have as much of that in this game. They feel like they're more free flowing when you land. They're not so much like you clunked down on the ground every time you land. Nice little rut coming out of there. So we'll see how this develops here in a 30 lap race. Of course, I may do a little skipping around. Some of you guys don't know how I do these rut tester videos. Sometimes I one-handed over that jump. Let me die real quick. Got a nose itch, dog. Got to get that nose itch. We'll take a little tea break. Got that tea on deck. Dude, I love these tropical vibes, though. Gotta love it. I love that tropical vibe with the red, super like Hawaii style red, brown dirt, whatever the hell you want to call it. Super brownie mix. Like, I don't know. I've always loved that look. That's why I've made so many, Hawaii tropical vibe custom tracks on MX Sim. But, yeah, I may do a little bit of skipping around is what I was saying, just so I don't have to literally do like an hour-long video just to see what it's going to do here. I know a lot of you guys want a bit of a quicker viewpoint without having to sit through a 30-minute long video, right? But you can definitely see the terrain deformation working here on the first. I would say we're probably like on lap 5 now. Not a super long track right here, so... Okay, now we're starting to get a little ruttage going up the face right there. Some of you guys probably see that. Let's see. Okay. Man, you can carry some speed. This game definitely does have a speed carrying feeling to it when you really get to going on some of these tracks. Certainly cool. I feel like they're really missing that in a bunch of these modern arcade motocross games. They feel a lot more just one speed, This game, if you really start taking these outsides and start carrying your momentum and you don't slide any, god dang, you can carry. I mean, you can just see the screen shake. Like, it's just like I'm, like some kind of super like volcano erupting or something with the screen shake of how fast I'm going, right? You can definitely get that bike to scooting in this game, dog. Got a nice berm right here you can really grip into. Damn, I'm trying not to hit this guy. Fuck, dog. Oh, that was the fast line. Let's just totally skip the jump. Yep, there it goes. There we go. Do think there's a little rut getting developed on the inside of that shaded corner, but I can't really see it because of the shadow there. Now we're starting to get the rut in the corner here. Okay. All right. Whoa. Now we're getting a little ruttage over there. Okay. Woo-wee! Dragging the handlebars, boys. That's a nice little effect you can get in this game when you really hammer in the gas. You can get that bike leaned over pretty damn far in this game. Whoa. That right there is kind of interesting. You can like cut up the inside of the grass right there and you don't really know where the edge of the track is. It's an interesting little spot. But like, yeah, you for sure can tell that the the question I was asking at the start of this video, you know, the terrain deformation is certainly taking a super beginner basic track and giving it a little more, you know, a little more character with the ruts in the corner, giving it a little more substance. It certainly is doing that. You can see how much more speed I'm freaking carrying around this track now. And it wasn't like that on the first lap, right? So that is cool. So the more and the more laps you run in this game, you can take some of these, you know, super beginner tier level tracks and turn them into a pretty nice little separating, challenging, skill gapped style of a track, right? Pretty damn cool. A lot of these milestone games, it just doesn't do that. It just doesn't have that much of an impact at all on the actual like difficulty of the track or, you know, whatever. Okay, tons of ruts on the right side of that face. But yeah, that is the biggest element to the terrain deformation in this game, hands down, is how much it affects the faces and the raised terrain itself. Almost got 2 ruts rocking in that corner now, so that's cool. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Small little finish line jump right there. Oh my Lanta, I'm hauling ass, boys. God damn. The screen shakes like I can't even really see where I'm going. Holy. Okay. But yeah, I can definitely see where you could get into doing some like fast lap times and cool shit like that on this track. Boys, be sure you got that notification bell turned on for my channel. It's just right there on the front page by the subscribe button. Make sure you get all those videos notified to you, because I know for a fact that if you don't have all the notifications turned on, you're not even going to get, you know, half of the videos actually notified to you. It's kind of weird how YouTube does that. It's like, if people subscribe, it's because they want to see your content, right? But no, YouTube's got to like take it to a whole nother level, and it's like you got to subscribe and then you got to hit all notifications to actually continue to see somebody's notifications. I swear, if YouTube had it to where like when people subscribed, it just turned on all notifications, dude, my views would be literally three times what they are at the bare minimum. But that's why you have so much lower view count than what your subscriber count is because YouTube doesn't even send all your subscribers your videos. Because obviously not everybody is going to, you know, have the subscribed and all notifications turned on for a channel, but it's just kind of stupid. I don't know. I've never really understood that about YouTube. So either way, just letting you know, if you actually want to be subscribed to my channel, be sure to have the notification bell turned on, because that's the only thing that's going to actually send you all the videos to let you know every time I upload, right? But this track's getting pretty swanky here, dog. This is pretty badass right here. So I'm going to be interested to see how each one of these different kind of track biomes, how it makes a different kind of terrain deformation. That's one of the best elements to the Reflex's terrain deformation, is each individual kind of dirt compound that you go on is such a different kind of actual terrain deformation. And of course, we just did that video on the Stewart compound, but okay, almost got another little rut going through that corner. Probably on like lap 10 right now. Whoa, dog. Almost got it to where you can... it basically has it to where you really don't have to let off the gas in the corners. Just like a slight little touch of the brake to get the bike steered in the right direction. And then you can pretty much just hold it down, dog. Right there, you gotta... Maybe got to let off just a little because of how it kind of corkscrews, but right there you got to be careful. But it is kind of building up that rut up where the actual side of the track would be, so that's kind of cool. It's making like a good little stop spot where you don't really have to get on the brakes as much. But yeah, this 250, man, this thing just... The momentum you can get on this thing is insane. It's just so nimble. So nimble feeling in this game. So either way, I will come back here on like lap 15 or 20. We'll kind of take a look at what it's done here. Alrighty then. I don't even know what the heck lap I'm on right now. I have no idea at all. But we're like 4 or 5 more laps into it here. So, man, I tell you what. This deformation on a live certainly is enough to where it can keep you interested in on a track, even on some of the most beginner basic tracks in the game. It's enough deformation and the right kind of deformation to where it keeps your brain working, you know. It keeps you kind of having fun on it. Just doesn't get like boring instantly or feel like janky or anything like that. It's just solid little terrain deformation system, man. There ain't no doubt about it. I like how that one... Now I'm running into lappers. Holy shit. I like how in some of these areas it's almost like you see this slight little sheen of like blue slickness on the dirt itself. I noticed it specifically coming out of that like first and second corner over there. There's some of the places I really notice it. Man, you can let that 258 in that corner right there. Holy. Oh, that's a pretty big ass jump right there. Not gonna lie. All right, we're probably on like lap anywhere from 18 to 22, somewhere in that neighborhood right now. So you can kind of just like get on the brakes a little bit while you're still on the gas, and it will just kind of sling your ass end around. And it'll steer the bike for you a little bit. But what I was talking about, pay attention right up here. Look at that sheen of blue on the inside of the track there. It looks pretty sick. Kind of tricky to go super fast when you got the lappers in the way. let me sound like I'm on the podium right now. It's a little tricky out there. The lappers are really tough, Ricky. You know, I drank me some more Monster water. Monster. Oh no, Monster. Drank me a little more Monster, and you know, it was tough out there, man. Them lappers were gnarly, dude. It was just insane out there. But I did everything I could, tried to avoid the lappers best I could, you know, kept putting the laps in, rode my own race, and it was a really good learning experience, and we'll come out swinging in that next one, Ricky. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, these boys are going to have to get a little better at those interviews, I'm telling you, dog. It's just like the same thing over and over and over. I like whenever, like, Adam Cincerillo gets up there and some of those other dudes, like Jet Lawrence and shit, you know, even though they may say some silly shit every once in a while, I like to hear something different, you know. Some of these ruts in these corners do kind of seem to be smoothing out just a little bit. Like, certainly that one is a little bit. So it kind of gets to that, eventually starts working into that point where it actually smooths itself back out. Pretty interesting how it's doing that here. Let's see. Yeah, we're definitely past the halfway point. I know that for sure. Still got that little rut right there. Not that you have to use it. I mean, you certainly can kind of go around it. What the fuck? All right. Certainly can kind of go around it a little bit, but it's wearing down some track right there for sure. Ooh, got a little chop going into that corner now. That's cool how that corner never really got much of a rut in it like a bunch of the other ones did. It's actually kind of cool because it creates a little bit of variation, you know. You don't want every corner to just do the exact same thing. That's kind of the thing about terrain deformation. It's got to have that variation where it can make that ability to be able to make variable ruts, roughness, rut lines, you know, different types of ruts, roughness, kickers, ruts up the jump face, braking bumps, you know, it's got to be able to do all that kind of stuff. But, okay, we're starting to kind of wear that rut down a little bit now. Holy hot hell, I'm hauling ass. Okay. course, I'm not even really using the clutch, the little clutch tactic, the little clutch trick. I just don't even, man, I don't even care enough to even do that in this game. I would if I was like seriously playing it, but like I just don't even care enough. But that would make me a little bit faster every time I land if I was doing that. It's going to help you a lot more on bigger jumps in particular, where it kind of kills your momentum when you land. I think the only reason the clutch trick, the clutch glitch trick, whatever you want to call it, actually works as good as it does in this game is because there's such a loss of momentum when you land off something in this game. Even if you land like pretty good, there's still a lot of loss of momentum. So that's where that clutch, that dumping the clutch when you land really seems to help you out quite a bit. We got to be getting pretty close here. This ain't nowhere near the same length of the James Stewart compound little South Loop track was. Nowhere even close, bro. Oh, man. Okay. But, yeah, overall, pretty impressed with this Deformation, man. Was it as good as Reflex? No, it definitely wasn't. But is it better than pretty much any other arcade motocross game or simulator or any dirt bike game? Yeah, it definitely is. I know they started amping up the Deformation in All Out, MX vs. ATV All Out, certainly after some updates and stuff like that. So I'm not really taking that into account, but I mean, it certainly makes some Deformation on that shit too, but this is more of like your old school style Deformation right here. What the hell? All right. I believe Alive just crashed. It's frozen. It's just sitting here. My controller fucking vibrating. I can't even. My controller's sitting here vibrating. What did I get? The 3 rings of death? I don't know what the hell's going on my 360, but that's all I can do on this one. So either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.